Welcome back to Brumatures. We've got Modern Times, Fruitlands, Passionfruit, and Guava. All right, Mary, this is more up your alley today here. We've got Tropical Goes from Modern Times.
Love it.
It's one that I think we've both had before, but we have yet to review it on the channel.
Yes. When I realized that I liked sours, I went over to my brother's house and he liked sours and he had this and I tasted it and it is delicious. I like the can. I like the colors. I do like really cool artwork, but then I also like it a little more
Plain,
simplistic, stuff like that.
This was canned on November 4th, 2021. Now, I don't mind it as much with sours. I find that they don't really turn as fast, especially if you keep them cold like we have, as IPAs do. The malts they used here are Pilsner and malted wheat. So we got a little bit of that in there. Fruitlands is tart, fruity, and frighteningly delicious. The sour, salty-based beer lays down the funky refreshment while a heavy dose of passion fruit and guava turns the whole thing into a wall-to-wall tropical fruit fiesta. It's a marvelous mix of elements that collides with your mouth like a fruit-filled asteroid of flavor traveling at the supersonic speed of party.
Wow, I don't think I've ever read that before.
Yep, that's why we take a look at the can. But that's enough talking. Let's get to drinking. All right, Mary, here we go. Believe it or not, they put the final gravity as 1.005. That means absolutely nothing to me, a non-brewer. 17 IBUs, which is an outdated method now of determining how bitter something is. So I've been told.
It's not that strong either. It's only 4.8%.
Okay, weak beer. But it's not always about the alcohol content. Sometimes you just want some good flavor.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever had a passion fruit before. And I realized on another review we did together, I don't think I've ever had a guava before.
But we did recently go to Green Cheek and you had their guava and it tasted more like guava.
Yes. This smells like it's a sour.
It smells a little salty, but it doesn't smell funky. It smells, I guess, one of those fruits. I want to say passion fruit is more of what the smell would be. It doesn't smell to me like other guava fruits, candies, and stuff that I've had.
I'm getting funky in here. Maybe you gotta, I just touched
It's a different funky. I keep thinking of that oak funk I get with the more like barrel-aged sours and like that kind of stuff.
I accidentally just touched my nose to this beer.
Oh yeah?
And
What did it taste like?
I got it really funky in there. Maybe you gotta touch your nose in there.
No. I don't think I do.
It's your nose. It's okay. I'm not gonna do it again. It smells kind of funky to me. No, he didn't touch your nose. He didn't touch his nose.
Let's just touch our tongues.
With the beer.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all right. I feel like passion fruit comes out first, then a little bit of guava, and then you get a little bit of that Pilsner and malted wheat come through at the end.
I'm assuming it must be passion fruit because I don't know what passion fruit tastes like, but I agree with you. Passion fruit, then guava. It is pretty tart. It's not as tart as other beers that I've had before. It's not lip puckering tart.
I don't find it very tart at all, to be honest.
No, it is tart.
We just filmed 2 Dream reviews, and those are both tart, more tart than this.
I disagree.
Wow. Maybe my tongue's just broken.
It's not making my mouth dry like some tarts do, but I can feel it on my tongue where it's like, oh, it's a little recoiling a little bit from the tartness.
I'm not getting that as much here. This is not my favorite flavor so far. I almost wish it was just passion fruit or just guava. I've had multiple sours that are just those 2 flavors by themselves, and they taste so much better that way. We've had the passion fruit from the brewery, and that tastes amazing, and it's even more tart than this. and it's just all passion fruit. And we've had the guava in Berlin, or there's a guava sour from Green Cheek, and that one's all guava.
It's not more tart than this.
To me, it was
Oh,
by a
no.
little bit, but that one's also not super tart. But this one, I feel like, just doesn't have a good balance. It's just kind of like they cancel each other out to me.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever thought about it because if I'm at a grocery store, not like a specialty store like Bevmo or Total Wine, and this is there, I'll pick it up because, you know, I'm super into sours. And I mean, this isn't my favorite sour, but if it's there and I want a sour, I'll get it. But I never really thought about how I don't really get these fruits. It's just, it tastes good and it's pretty tart.
Yeah, that's just all part of the beer reviewing process. Taking a deeper dive and really dissecting the beer and seeing what it comes through. I mean, there's a big difference between drinking a beer at a party just to have something that tastes good, and reviewing it and, you know, determining
Right.
how you would rate it.
I agree. I think it also has, to me, it does have a funky taste a little bit, but maybe your funky and my funky are different, because I always thought, thinking of the other sour that I really like, I always thought that this tasted a little funky because
Right over there.
because it's a Goes, and I didn't really know what a Goes was. This is a Goes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we just learned about what Gozes were
Yeah.
not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, because I would drink this with my brother, and I would be like, yeah, this is a sour, but it's not your normal sour. And he's like, oh yeah, because it's a Goes. He doesn't really know what he's talking about, though.
But in a way, it's not a kettle sour, and it's not a like Berliner Weiss, or, you know, they're all different styles, and each style is going to have its own flavor and its own fans. And so maybe I'm just not a fan of the Go style or this beer in general.
Maybe I'm getting turned off of this beer too.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Not sorry. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 5. I don't know that I ever need to drink this beer again.
That is a personal attack.
It's not giving me passion fruit or guava in big amounts. Maybe if they added more fruit. I don't know if they're kind of, you know, trying to be a little cheap with it and not give us enough fruit in here. I want the tartness amped up in it. I'm not getting the saltiness from the salt in it that's supposed to be in it.
Wow.
2 out of 5.
Wow. That's so sad. I was about to give it a 4.
Are you going to give it a 4?
I'm going to give it a 4.
Woo!
I like the taste. As someone who doesn't eat passion fruit and guava on the daily, I don't know what those really taste like, but it's tart. It tastes good. It's easy to drink. It's not, I don't get a lot of alcohol in it.
No, you can't taste the alcohol at all.
No. And
It's only 4.8% from what you said, right?
yeah, you can have a few. I mean,
4.8?
you can have a few and you'd be fine.
Oh, of course.
But yeah, I mean, there's other sours that I would buy before I buy this one. But
That's true.
This is solid for me.
There are many other sours I would buy before I buy this one. And
How many of those other sours are readily available, though? This was in my local Vons. The other sours that I'm thinking of are not in my local Vons. They're more in like a Bevmo or Total Wine, but those still pop up.
that's true, but I guess I don't mind taking a trip to a Bevmo or Total Wine because those are also readily around.
Yeah.
Or a bottle shop. There's a lot of bottle shops around too. I don't have.
Yeah.
I can drive to the brewery and get a better sour.
You're spoiled, that's why.
We talk about this all the time. We're surrounded by a lot of good breweries,
Yeah.
but it's okay to have discerning taste. At the end of the day, it's what are you going to spend your money on? You know, for some people that's Budweiser. I prefer something a little better than that.
Yeah, I'm not paying for water.
4, 2, that's a big discrepancy, but it just goes to show you everybody has different tastes, different preferences. And that does it for today's beer review. I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Untapped. And until next time, we're the Brewmatures, trying every beer from around the world. One sip at a time.